Breaking news. Souls are the hidden fiery stones that break all hearts in the endless end. Dream. Now. Do it. Thank you. Now that you're here, why don't I cup your ear with gentle rage and drag you down these mysterious ways? These halls bathed in the grey hue of darkness and light. Not to mention, ready and open for the business we call death. Are you dead yet? No? Good. There would be something very wrong if you were. With that being said, I have a story for you. I dare say I rarely get the chance to prattle with ears about my time between spheres, settling into the void of life, devoid of death. This sentient house of mine does provide somewhat of a refuge from my very own timeless time. And although I am the host, I am not above or beyond the choices she seems to make, or with whom she chooses to align. Good and evil venture here, and regardless I must provide. Though when balance itself is on my floor, I do tip my hat in pride. Zerzero is his name, we sailed a ship as friends. What became of him, I hear you roar? One answer. It just depends. Don't worry, listeners. I'll be with you every step of the way. Let us begin. And we will start, of course, with me. It was the design of the one on the other side to bestow upon me the name of Redgrin. I apparently am viewed by him as an escape, the shivering coward that he is. I often feel his hate when I want love. The pain that comes along with the smiling demons of truth, well that is my pain. And all he does is right. When I draw nigh the end, which could be never, I do hope I witness the pain in his eyes, the terror as he passes on to the endless plains. I hope to be the one that laughs last as he dies. So does my pain, but also my purpose. I understand that in hell it rains like a bitch, and I am scared of hell. I often dance on the sidelines of its eternal possibility, making it my very own reality, making it possible. But if you can wish something into existence like a noble death that is born of a noble life, is it not possible to dispel things like the lurking fear of hell from your own existence? You want to summon an angel, a demon, perhaps. Then it is just a matter of summoning an angel or demon that exists to disengage, to depart from tired realities and search for new ones. If your sole purpose is to disengage, and you'll find yourself one day fearing that very purpose, embrace that. Embrace the newfound fear of yourself, because that is the only way we can change our purpose. Scare yourself dead to resurrect the truth within. You won't be disappointed. No. Just absolutely terrified. Which brings me on to the next part of our story about us. I hope you've been keeping up, my dreadful things. Can you hear that? Because I can. I do believe things are about to get furious. Come hither, my friend, dirt under your nails. Know not to be present for times that you fail. The sun on your face, your life on the line, is the moon that shines down on you due to your crimes. So empty your soul, for death will soon pass. When you live, it's the pain of it that keeps you crass. So host with your teeth. Yes, that's what she said. Oh, but what good's a host when your guests are all dead, as they're never not there? Does nothing but shine. Will you follow me now to the end of the line? It's you, my furious one. Why are you here? The silent treatment, eh? You know, it speaks volumes. I can already feel the rise of the subsurface reverberations. What is it with you angels? Always asking questions, always craving answers, and it falls to me every damn time.
I need your help.
See, that's what I mean. You're all echoey, and if I'm honest, a bit moany. Or maybe you're more of a droner. Now, let's see here. Big, bleary, gaping yellow eyes, strange striding gait, interesting fashion sense. Never fear the waistcoats are our friends. Large, if hygienically neglected wingspan. Grey feathers, all surprisingly intact.
I don't have time for the usual spiel, Redgrin.
Spiel? How rude! I worked hard on that poem. Upon dimensional entry to this house, all deserve protection from her host. Even you, old feathery one.
I have a problem.
Oh yes, how is the soul-catching business these days? Still floating on the periphery of people's existence? Setting up camp in the corners of all their eyes because you can't get your wings through a motel room door? When was the last time you had a right to be anywhere?
I pay for it all in my own way. You know that.
I know a lot of things about you, Zerzero, Z-Man. You are Z-Man. Z-Man with the wingspan.
Please stop.
My apologies, dear. I do know that you wouldn't come to my mysterious house between these serious earths if you didn't need to. If you weren't already desperate. Did you drop the hourglass of time again? Lose the spinning sand? Because I am not sweeping that up. Not again. It gets everywhere.
No, it's personal.
You look shifty, and you're less glowy than usual. Did you die again? You better not have died again. It's a bitch and a half to wake you up.
I know that my next time is fast approaching if you can't help me.
Well, doesn't that depend on the problem?
My wings.
What about them?
Not strong enough. Can't rise up.
How heavy was your last catch?
Too heavy. So much pain. Fear. And rage.
Not to mention wood.
Excuse me.
You have a large chunk of wood sticking out of your left wing.
I didn't notice. The pain is the same.
The fact that you didn't notice tells me you're becoming your own kind of complacent. You cannot afford to be complacent. Sit down, darling, and I'll take a look. For someone who used to have his own entire horn section back in the day, you've become awfully disheveled. Like you've fallen one too many times.
I have been doing this job for far too long.
You know there is no time limit on grief or pain. Not really. Not for you, anyway. You made a promise. It was the path you chose. Kind of. And there are seagull feathers in here. Seriously, when was the last time you showered?
Scent of an angel. Get over it.
I do resent that remark, as I am the one taking a prized afro comb to your chicken wings. Which, by the way, are in very poor condition. Excuse me while I seal up this wound. And whatever you do, my furious one, don't blink. Et lea, quis et nala et fort agil, et hier gethia. There we go. As good as old. Mostly. Anything else?
I've been losing time. Waking up in strange places. Can't remember how I got there.
Stranger than this? We have drug-addled, dilapidated dancing dictaphones here.
Well, no, but strange enough.
Well, that would only be surprising if you weren't drowning yourself in intoxicants on a constant basis. Don't look at me like that. I see things. We ourselves are not above the problems of the people we serve.
Well, my service hasn't exactly been at a high standard of late.
What are you talking about?
I lost some.
Lost some what?
Souls.
You what?
I can't explain it.
You soul dropped?
Don't call it that.
I am calling it what it is, you flappy, flat face. There hasn't been a soul drop since...
I know.
Can I finish?
I'd rather you didn't.
Do you want my help or not?
That's why I'm here.
Then be a lamb and hush your flat face. There hasn't been a soul drop since the new declaration. Which means... How many are we talking about here? Hundreds? Thousands?
With the way things are out there, it could be. But I'm not responsible for all of them. It's happening everywhere.
No wonder your wings are getting torn apart. You've been picking up the slack, ZZ, overworking yourself.
Is there another option?
Yes, you idiot. find the underlying cause. You can't just keep flapping away and hope you don't get pulled down into the sunken place along with the people you're trying to save. It's found its way here, you know. Calls to me often, and you can only escape it due to those things on your back which have seen better centuries. Or, of course, if you're me.
I've become more used to the sight of that place than is comfortable. As have many I've caught. They wake up with a new kind of fear, a fear of a rising darkness, and then just get swallowed up all over again. Buried too deep for me to pull them out, but there is something wrong. Something there that wasn't there before. Or rather something that was there before that is no longer now.
You're dwindling.
Excuse me?
Your kind, I mean, they're disappearing. Or someone or something is making them disappear.
No, I would feel that. And how would you know?
It's what happens when you regularly nibble on the grapevine. You learn things. Only during breakfast, of course. Plus, angels have disappeared before. Did you ever know it then?
I can't remember.
Well, that's just maddeningly unhelpful. You're compartmentalized. All of you. One thing that didn't seem to be altered from the old declaration to the new. I believe the small print was even copied and pasted. You can choose to connect yourself to those you save, but connecting to each other? No. And that applies to all angels, even the ones with clean souls. So you are probably rather low on their list of priorities, my friend. However, you're at the top of mine, it seems, so come on. Suivez-moi. Follow me.
And where exactly are we going?
Zerzero, my boy, we're taking a walk on the dark side. When angels start going missing, it's usually the demons that are most likely to know where. Unless it's by choice. And for both our sakes, let's hope it isn't.
Yes, let us hope. Again.
For the first time. Again.
Between you and me, I hate when you do that.
Hush now. I'm trying to remember where I put my uninvited guest. The house has a way of shifting the rooms around. Not to mention it enjoys shifting its metaphysical location too. It's handy if you need to make a quick getaway, as I usually do. And it makes doing the food shopping very interesting.
What uninvited guest?
Seriously? You don't want to hear about the shopping?
Not particularly.
How disappointing. Ah, here we go. Also, do mind the bats above your head. They have a tendency to get attached. Seems our razor-sharp demonic friend has been scratching at the door to his accommodation. I've half a mind to put the rent up, or increase the thickness of the steel on his restraints. Now, let me see. Where did I put that? Ah, yes.
What is that?
A skeleton key. Obviously. What kind of warden would I be if I made sure they were chained to the wall but just left the door open? Sloppy workmanship.
I don't see anything.
Oh, silly me, you and your paradoxical grey angelic ways. Blind to all things that matter darkly. They really did a number on you on the way down, didn't they? Can't sense each other, that's one thing. Can't even sense evil. That is specifically tragic, even for you.
I can sense the presence, you dickhead. I just can't physically see or hear him. It's part of my punishment. There is more cause to fear what one cannot see, but only feel.
Oh, well then it's just a matter of lifting the veil of deafening deceit. Close your eyes.
What?
Do you want to see the evil thing chained to the floor or not?
Yes.
Then hush, close your eyes, breathe, and listen. Pelako, Yobe, Elegua, Imbone, Ukchila, Panchita. You can open them now. Angel face. Angel face. I think he's talking to you.
I got that, thank you. Who are you? Name yourself.
Angel face. Look at those hellfire blackened toes. They're practically curling. Do you two know each other?
I would remember that face. Those eyes.
Would you? You've been losing time, remember? Waking up in strange places. Might this one be an inhabitant of at least a select few of those humble dimensions?
I don't know.
Brilliant. You are supposed to be up in the sky, angel face. What you doing down here on this filthy, hallowed ground? You break your wings.
He knows something.
Well, he certainly knows a lot more than you.
How long has he been here?
What kind of question is that? This house exists outside of even your realm. Why don't you just ask me when I stop strangling and drowning serial killers' cats? Cats. Half in, half out, anyway. Find many tails above the head when walking with the living dead.
Did he just rhyme? Do demons rhyme?
Probably my influence. I don't have many guests in this here establishment, and, well, this room is usually close to my office, except when the sun that lies weighs heavy in the sky. When that happens, I'm usually bamboozled by a bunch of angry sentient clocks who enjoy telling me that it's my time to die. But as I explain to them, the concept of their very existence is human and therefore meaningless on this plane of existence, they quickly start questioning their own place in my universe and becoming a bunch of crying, sentient clocks. It's all very watery. And yes, demons can and do rhyme. It's just usually in their own tongue. Luckily, the house likes to translate for our benefit.
I can see why some of this verbosity has rubbed off on our friend here.
Oh, verbosity. Great word. I am curious, though, my horned, steamy, lava-hot something, as to how you knew of the current condition of my feathery friend here. Everybody knows, just as everybody goes. And everybody goes just as everybody loathes. Evil wins. Evil wins.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't think you're supposed to say...
Shut it!
You're in trouble now. They will come for you. All of them. For you, angel face. Only you. understand. Now there were two wasted words.
Shut up. Wait, what? Are you sure?
Of course I understand. Now come on. We're going on a little field trip. Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make this darkness bright. Only you and you alone. Do hurry up.
Where are we going now?
A complicated and as yet unknown route. Keep up.
Are you going to explain?
Seems to be what I do best. Right, listeners? My final name is exposition.
This isn't funny, Redgrin.
I know. It's bad.
And what is it exactly?
The rising darkness. It is the rising darkness.
From the ones underneath? But what about the higher place? The elders?
You mean the ones that kicked your feathery tuchus to the finite curve?
Yes.
Weren't you listening back there? Evil wins.
That's it. Evil wins.
No, you clearly have a hangover. Evil wins when
we let it destroy our faith in the power of good. The power is fading, and the faith has been shaken.
And the ones underneath have been stirring. It's a cocktail of catastrophe. Angels are being weakened, some almost vanishing from existence.
They're giving in to their eternally denied temptation. And my disconnection to the higher place makes me oblivious to this? How long has this been going on?
We can never be sure of that. Not really. That connection is overrated, and its bandwidth is pathetic. It provides you with nothing more than context.
In a situation like this, context would have been appreciated.
And whose fault is it that it wasn't there in the first place? Can I go on? Thank you. The reason why the higher angels, the do-gooders as I call them, are dwindling in number, most likely being torn apart from the inside out, is because they have, at long last, become doorways of complacency.
And complacency kills. The temptation lives.
They can see, just like you see, that faith in them has been shaken. Time moves differently for the ones they pretend to serve, the ones that you actually serve. They age, decay, wither and die, but also evolve. If the higher place is truly timeless as it claims to be, how is it sustainable to conserve the apparently objective perfection of the old order? Objective perfection no longer exists, not to the ones that actually matter.
If it ever did exist.
Regardless, I have always seen the higher place as frozen, still, boring, somewhat predetermined, a subjective objectification of perfection. Try and say that 3 times fast.
No, thank you. So, what do they want with me?
They want you because you're special.
I am disgraced.
That's exactly the point. Even I don't know which side to root for now.
The rising of the dark due to the complacency of the light.
Poetic, isn't it?
It's horrific. I still don't understand my place in all this.
Well, we're nearly there, so let me spell it out for you. And watch the spiky mushrooms on your left.
Spiky mushrooms?
Ow! Never mind. Just listen and walk, thick face. Your connection to the higher place was severed, yes, but the lack of connection saved you. Just think about it. It's why you haven't been overtaken, destroyed. You weren't connected to the higher place. You were connected to the people who matter, the people of Earth. You have become a somewhat drunken savior. The angels, the demons, the gods, and the devils, they all see themselves as all-powerful in their own way. They are both that hopelessly arrogant. But what kind of all-powerful being would you be if you didn't understand fear, rage, and pain, as well as love, joy, and hope? You are closer to understanding both because you have lived amongst both more than either side could ever hope to or claim to. You understand balance, and you recognize the beauty in evil. You and a handful of other gray-feathered fuck-ups.
Okay, now I am scared.
I know, but I can tell your reasons are misguided.
What do you mean?
I mean that you don't really believe what I'm telling you. You still think they'll come for you like they did the others. You think they'll drag you down to their asylum and subject you to the various tests, inducing muscle aches, spasms, making your body suddenly feel like it's on fire before entombing it in ice, stripping you of your astral form and making you experience every single moment of fear and pain simultaneously. There is no time there, and there are no recognizable humans there to give you the solace that you need to not give in. It never stops as you hallucinate and dream of death. No, don't worry about any of that.
That's not helping.
Be zen about the fear of eternal pain, my friend, and focus on the real problem.
And what is that?
Recruitment. They are going to try and recruit you to their side, to their cause of grey-red fire.
Wouldn't that be in some way counterproductive?
They're big on micromanagement. They'll be watching you. Now be a love and bleed on that door handle. We've got a lot of soul searching to do. Remember?
I remember. I still don't understand why you have to bleed on some of these doors to get them to open.
It shows you're serious, does it not? Literal soul searching requires dedication, much like the room of questions and the universal protection bubbles of my own design.
The guilt has been weighing on me. The anger, and the sudden yet gradual feeling of eternal weakness.
Your anger is understandable, though I believe still misdirected. Be angry at the ones who made you, the ones above, the ones who left you to clean up their mess. They are the reason you soul dropped. Do not blame yourself. Instead, help me find them. Ah, here we are. Lovely and dark. Looks more like ooze than water.
The closest comparison would be oil.
Yum.
Are we really going in there? Staying in there? My wings are still healing, and you don't have any.
Not since I grew my curly hairs, no. But I have a way around it. Never fear, angel face. I'll need you to stay still for the initial binding. Otherwise there'll be pieces of you outside the bubble. I mean, it's not a bubble, but just think of a bubble. Ready?
Probably.
That's what I like to hear. And take this pristine pentacle pendant. You're going to need it later. Figer ut semun, quat ventus. Oh, the HP sauce drizzled over the craft of love. In a bubble. Perfect for soul catching. What do you think?
Well, I'll be damned all over again.
For all those beautiful listeners out there in the world beyond who are happy hanging off the edge of a somewhat metaphorical cliff until the conclusion, please subscribe for more rope. And, of course, zero gravity strawberries. If you enjoyed the show, please leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike if you must. But please, do follow me on Twitter @ArcJester. If you'd be so careful to do exactly as you're told.